mouse, and the motto is when the judge is in, the verdict is out. Today, we are talking about a topic that is extremely controversial. We're talking about she stole my man. Now, a lot of you may be wondering, where did you get this from? Well, I'm going to tell you. It has been all over the blogs. It has been everywhere. In North Carolina, a woman by the name of Brenay Kennard allegedly stole the husband of Akira Montague. Now, if you don't know, in North Carolina, there are laws such as the alienation of affection law that allows a person to sue when they feel that they've been alienated by their spouse and they have proof for it. Well, we're going to get into all of this and we're going to talk about stealing people's spouses. Is it possible? Before we get into any of that today, I have to do a PSA to let you guys know that the Verdict Podcast is for a mature audience, only 18 years or older. There will be some type of explicit content. We will use profanity. And I like people to listen to this podcast if you're able to agree to disagree, okay? If you like to get your panties in a bunch, then this is not the podcast for you. This is for the grown and the sexy. We do not violate any community. We do not expect to be violated as well, okay? So make sure to be respectful to everyone while we're talking about these subjects. Everything is done in a comedic light. Anything that I say or do has absolutely nothing to do with any type of association, business, or organization that the judge may be a part of. So let's talk about it. She stole my man. Can a man be stolen by a woman? A lot of people say that if your man has been taken by another woman, then guess what? That man was not yours. Order in a quarter. A lot of people feel as if a man can never be stolen. If he leaves, that's where he wants to be. That's where his heart is. That's what he desires. But some people may argue that for some men, preferably weak men, they can be stolen because just like women, men also go for the highest bidder. Men also can tend to go for women who may do more for them. Men also may want more from a relationship. And I'm going to tell you something. Weak men will allow another woman to get their interest because at the end of the day, they're really not that much into you. They're always looking for something else, something better, something more. And so we're going to talk about it. In North Carolina, Akira Montague filed a lawsuit in 2024. It's all on the internet. It's on TikTok. And she alleged alienation of affection and criminal conversation against Brenay Kennard. Now, if you guys don't know, I'm going to paint the picture if you have never seen who these two women are. The wife of Tim Montague. She is a fair skin. She has her real hair. She's more in shape. She has dimples. And some people would say she is a nice looking woman. Okay. This is who Tim Montague married. All right. Sometime along the way, Tim Montague and Akira Montague allowed Brenay Kennard, which is an obese, brown-skinned woman who has piercings all up her nose, on her tongue. I mean, she looks a fucking mess. Now, don't get me wrong. She does have a cute face, but overall, she looks a fucking mess compared to his wife. She's extremely overweight. Her titties is a size Z. Yes, I said a size Z. And she doesn't wear bras, okay? They allowed her to move in their home because she claimed she was going through things with her husband. Mind you, here's the caveat. Her and Tim Montague in the past had a relationship. Akira Montague, the wife, still allowed Brenay Kennard to move in her home, okay? She allowed her to move into her home. They lived together for quite some time. Well, unbeknownst to Akira Montague, Brenay and Tim was fucking around. They were fucking around inside of the home, around the children. She had came into this woman's home and she had made it hers. Okay. She had started to assume the responsibility of the wife, cooking, being there with the children, right underneath the wife's nose. Now, ladies, I cannot understand for the life of me why any woman would allow another woman to come live in their house around their man. Me personally, I don't give a damn what's going on with you. You got to figure it the fuck out. You cannot come to my home and stay. You cannot spend a night because I have a man in this house. And even though I would like to believe that my man would not do me wrong, people are people, okay? And you keep a man and a woman around each other long enough and something will go wrong. Well, let's talk about it. We're going to get right into it. Let's talk about these things and let's talk about the statistics. There are statistics. Psychiatrist Shirley Glass from research on emotional boundaries found that approximately proximity and privacy, liking of sharing a home, increases infidelity. This means that if you have invited another woman in your home around your man, then there's going to be an increase of possible infidelity. This increase of infidelity is risked by 25 to 30% compared to distant acquaintances. You're putting your relationship at risk when you allow another woman to come stay in your house. It may be a friend, it may be a cousin, they may be down and out. But the reality of it is a poor decision to allow any woman to come stay in your home underneath the same roof of you and your husband. At the end of the day, men are men, and we would love to believe that they're married to us, they're loyal to us, but men do it every single day. They fuck on your friends, they fuck on your family members, they fuck on the people that you know, they try to be sneaky, and these type of things happen, okay? And if you dangle a carrot in front of a bunny rabbit, he's going to go after it. Even if that wasn't his intentions, even in the beginning, if he may try to not do these things and he fought these women off, after so many times of a man being pursued, especially a weak man, he's going to fall for the banana in the tailpipe. And so then again, I beg the question, women, why is it that you think that it's smart to have your man around your female friends, your female cousins, your sister? How many times has a sister fucked somebody's husband? What up, though? How many times has a cousin fucked their cousin's husband? How many times? And then we all would like to say, oh, but that's family. That's a friend. She would never. But the reality of it is she and he would definitely. Let's talk about the statistics. Familiar environment affairs. Study says that using data from marriage counselors and the American Association of Marriage and Family Therapy, they note that roughly 12 to 7% of affairs occur with someone the couple both personally knows. Yeah. More than likely, when you get cheated on, it's by somebody that you know, somebody that was right underneath your nose, who acted as if she didn't want him. He wasn't her type. He pretended like, oh, no, it's not like that. She's not like that. We're just friends. We're just cordial. And the reality of it all is they've been fucking around all along. Let me read what some of the comments says. It says, I don't get why a romance movie would need to be 3D, but I guess I'm about to find out. Me and a bunch of my homies are going to see. Who gives a fuck? If your verdict is not about this verdict, please exit the stage. Let's talk about it. Most relationships who experience infidelity is with individuals that they know. Within that group, therapists report that live-in guests, like a friend staying with you temporarily, account for a huge amount. Okay? Did you know that? So we're going to go back to the fact that Brenay was let in by Akira. Akira allowed Brenay to come stay with her and her husband. And right underneath her nose, Brenay was cheating with her husband. This November, though, we did get some justice. A lot of people were like, wow, I had no idea that you can sue for this. Well, in North Carolina, you can sue for alienation of affection. That's a real thing. And if that was in more places, in more states, I believe that more people would think closely before they did infidelity or participated in that. I believe that if they received this same verdict that we're about to talk about right now, that they would think about it. Do you guys know that this November of 2025, the wife who sued Brenay Kennard was rewarded $1.5 million. $1.5 million for alienation of affection and $250,000 for criminal conversation. Meaning that after the lady cheated and her man, a lot of people are saying that how can this woman win such a claim? Well, let me tell you what they argue. She argued that because this woman came into her house when her and her husband were on good terms, they were planning a future together. Because this woman has come into her home and taken her husband out of her home, cheated with her husband, given her husband a different life. Now her and her children no longer have the life that they would have had with a two-parent household. She's claiming alienation, saying that she's mentally disturbed by this. Her children are going through things and need therapy because they don't have their father and their mother together. That because she's emotionally disturbed because of these situations, she's not able to parent the way that she normally would. She's saying that her finances are not the way that they would have been if there was a two-parent household. She's saying that things that they plan for the future are no longer going to happen. And because of that, this has caused traumatic stress within her life and within her children's life. And after they presented, they said over 200 pieces of evidence showing that yes, indeed, he was very much so in love with his wife. He was in a relationship with his wife. He had text messages saying he loved her. He wanted to be with her. They were planning a life together. And simultaneously, he was also planning a life with this young lady. And this young lady was convincing him to leave his wife. She was buying him. She was paying for things. She was trying to show him a different life. And because of all of these text messages and all of the evidence right underneath the wife's nose while she was in the home, they awarded her $1.7 million in November of 2025. 1.5 million of it was for alienation of affection and 250,000 was for criminal conversation. Now, North Carolina is one of the few states that still recognizes this tort. Tort is a kind of law. This tort of alienation of affection. Now, if you guys didn't get anything from this, I got this from this. Brenay has paid $1.75 million to be with Tim. I don't know what kind of dick Tim got, but ain't no man on this planet worth spending $175 million to have. How bad did you want the fucking relationship? You're trying to tell me there were no other alternatives? There are 1,000,001 men in this world, and you had to come and steal the man of your friend? Some people don't believe that it's stealing, but it is. Because sometimes what you guys don't understand is men don't have the intention of leaving. Sometimes that intention has been put into their mind by this woman that you brought into their life. Yes, a lot of people would say that's weak mentality. And I agree, because if a man loves you and he really wants to be with you, no woman can promise him, or no woman looks can be enough to be able to take him from you. But we're talking about weak men in this world, and there are many of them. There are so many weak, lame, loser, wannabe men in this world that it doesn't take much. You think that your love is strong. You think that what you and him have, no one else can have, no one else compares. But all you got to do is bring a woman into the fold and see how he folds. Order in the court. Tim Montague folded. But is it all Tim's fault? Ladies, why do you think that it is appropriate to bring other women around your man? A lot of times women feel like, well, hey, I bring him around because I'm not insecure.